The most valuable commodity I know of is information. Wouldn't you agree?
Ah, Jack.
Jack to the press!
Hi there guys, welcome back into another session, just coming up towards the open of the London European session. A little bit of an early start for me this morning. I was up at 4 AM. Terrible, disgusting weather in the UK today, but I can't complain because I've seen what's going on in the US states and with storms across other parts of the world at the minute. So I hope everyone is okay. Few things to look at with you today. Bitcoin and the market's going to concentrate on big boy Bitcoin a little bit today, though. We will be live in the US session a little bit later on. If you've got any particular alts you need to look at, we can go through them there. So a little bit of a red day yesterday, a little bit of a green day today. What are we expecting in the next 12, 24 hours and for the coming week? Seems like we're in a little bit of a cool off period, to be honest. Stonks very, very mixed, coming back down a little bit off recent highs, to be expected, to be honest. Nvidia just coming back towards trend there. E-mini futures really gunning, doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon, does it? Hope everyone's doing well off this. QQQ absolutely ripping and tearing towards the highs again as well. So is BTC lagging at all? Let's have a look, shall we? So a couple of things to go through. First of all, yesterday it was actually seeing some price exhaustion last week, and I'm surprised that BTC held up as well as it did for as long as it did. What I mean by that is it was hanging around the 64, 65k highs for a good 7 days, to be honest, and I'm talking from high point to high point. It was only a 2.5% move, so you know, I mean, crikey, I've been bull posting. I've been bull posting for the last 3 weeks, to be honest. So it was a time last week to just review what's going on, you know, and just see, okay, we're seeing a little bit of price exhaustion. Do we need to take a little bit of profit? Do we possibly need to hedge some shorts? I have to say I haven't hedged a short in a long time. Now is the time when I'm considering it, okay? So good morning. Yesterday morning, God, I was being up here the last 2 days, actually. This was yesterday morning, about 5 AM. What are we seeing? Certain alts doing their own thing. Popcat and Reef. I think Reef's found a little bit of exhaustion, actually, now, but Popcat was very good over the weekend. Doing their own thing, but BTC really needs a bid. No demand here yet. Wouldn't surprise me to see more red days ahead. Euphoria at highs last week on a very small move over a 7-day period. I'll go show you that on the charts in a second, and then I've just posted some key levels. But basically what I was talking about, from these 64.7 highs here up to where we just clipped towards 66k there, that's 2.5%. So this, if you're trading in these lows here, that's a very nice move, isn't it? Especially if you're day trading or if you're spot long from lower. To see this continuation is very good. But in actual fact, we're seeing exhaustion up there, and you know, I'm not surprised to see us pull back now, and I am treating it as a pullback, not any kind of swing short at all. Okay, so you know, I'm looking for a little bit of a grind out in this area today. I have to say, I'll show you a couple of things. It won't surprise me to pop back up and attack this weekly open near 65.6. Okay, so that would be very nice. A couple of other things to look at. Let me just go to my likes. Moonify is hitting the green button as he wakes up. Seasonality, you can't ignore this, to be honest. You know, you have to take this into consideration. So just took this from Kaizen. You know, I've seen a lot of this chart recently, but this, you know, Kaizen put it very well here. 80% of Octobers were green. Okay, 100% of election years, US election years, had a green October, November, December. 100% of the years with a green September had a green October, November and December. September is green, and this is an election year. We're talking US election, okay? Everyone's hoping Trump pumps their bags. That didn't work too well a few months ago, did it? We actually shorted that position on a Saturday night, so that was very nice. But hard not to be bullish here, okay? So go and grab this chart or screenshot that. Yeah, I know there's still a few bears about. Curl is off the timeline now. I don't know what Crypto Kappa is up to, but I certainly can't get too bearish looking at the high time frame, daily, weekly, monthly structures, okay? But let's what we'll do is we'll dive in to some lower time frame stuff and see what is going on. If you're not in the TRDR socials, go and join the TRDR Discord. Post these in the Telegram as well. But again, that was yesterday morning. Just my thoughts on the current market. You know, I was looking for a little bit of a dip. I think we could go and attack 61k sooner or later, but we'll review it as we go. Why were we saying that? Okay, so volume was dropping off yesterday. As the open interest was very high, funding was quite high, so not surprised to see a dip down. I think we just came down into that 63k, didn't we? So posting that, this is the private Discord section for the Academy members. Go and grab a link and check if that is something you are interested in, getting some really nice feedback from everyone from that. Okay, so yeah, posting a little bit obviously in the main chats as well for everyone, just summary of what I'm seeing. This was this morning. Okay, this morning I am actually looking for a little rise up, and I'll go into a little bit more detail on that. But yeah, good morning, looking for a little rotation up in price today, and then see what supply lives above. We've got some liquidity gaps near 65k, we've got some value areas up there, and the weekly open. In general, I don't think the local bottom is in. I'd still be looking for a drop down, but that's what we're seeing there. Okay, but yeah, posting a lot more in here. If you didn't catch it, some altcoins were still playing well over the weekend while Bitcoin was doing its thing. Popcat was an absolute beauty. If you see this sort of thing in the TRDR console with the order flow, that is an absolute fire and forget trade, whether you think the daily or 4-hour chart is high or not. So that was really, really nice to see from Popcat. Played that one a little bit. With it being the weekend, you really have to manage your risk, and some of us, you know, we're just posting other trades here as well. You really have to manage your risk quite well, because what I was saying to the guys at one point, I posted it, where did I tell them? All the bids were pulled on Popcat, and it was bid as well, not like liquidation levels or anything, because I saw those drop out the order book, but price remained. There was actually no invalidation. So a couple of things you can do there: tighten up your risk, tighten up your spot, maybe just drop it under and over where your entry is. Okay, but we actually ran up, we hit some more supply, came down, and then this top level here, which is a resting limit order block, actually did get pulled, and we popped through that before rotating back up. Reef was another one as well, couple of percent of that over the weekend. But yeah, some really nice stuff going on, getting some good feedback from the private Discord as well. What the fuck is that? Oh Jesus, the less said the better. You know, my mum always said, if you've got nothing good to say nothing at all. Okay, but yeah, we've been looking at a few things. We've been looking at some altcoins that we're looking for pullbacks and stuff. Rune here, we're looking for pullbacks on Rune. FTM Sue, quite a few more as well. And then I was just pointing out to the guys in the Discord as well, the sort of moves you can get when these altcoins do go ballistic. I'm not saying they're all going to follow each other and do a reef and go absolutely ballistic, but this was one from last year. I don't know if anyone's familiar with how Rune went last year. Adam and Eve pattern. This was last August. Adam and Eve pattern into the lows. Absolute mega bid, as you can see there in the order flow from the TRDR console. Grab a link from below. Free trial for you. Adam and Eve pattern, mega spot bid, and it absolutely freaking sent. So that's the sort of thing you can see. So yeah, it's Mez. He's been looking at Rune. Whether this is a day trade or swing for Mez, I'm not sure. Sorry, it's me. Is not sure, to be honest, but he's absolutely nailed the fucking lows there. What a fucking trade. Elite entry. So whether that's a scalp, a day trade, or a swing trade, you manage your risk from a wick like that, that's absolutely Gucci trading. So what we'll do is let's go and have a look at a few levels in trading view, starting off with the daily. So here we are. We all know where we're going and where we are heading. Where we are heading, you don't need a chart, sir. Right, but we do. So what look is we're still on a lower high here on the daily chart, all right, and we're just pulling back a little bit now. It wouldn't surprise me to grind this area out and just come and tackle this area again once again. Okay, so that's nice. Daily chart, not much edge at the minute. We're just floating below the POC point of control, which is 64k there. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. 4 hours looking very interesting as well. Do we get a bit of an old Adam and Eve pattern on here? I know this wouldn't be a big enough kind of, you know, a cup or whatever, but or rounding off. But yeah, we'll see. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Come out, grind the demand, rotate back up. That'd be something I'm watching. But in the meantime, I'm watching to grind this area out. Right here, right now, new month, 1st of October today. So we're just sat on the monthly open, okay? Nice levels to play here now. Monthly open there. Weekly open above us, larger range POC, just capping price as we see it there. I think we need to for the next 24 hours. So on a 4-hour and daily point of view, I think we can come and grind some of this zone out. Okay, what would that do? On a 4-hour basis, actually tidy up all these lows that everyone's been looking at anyway. We broke that kind of structure. We're rotating down. Let's grind this area out, gather some bid, get some momentum going, and then we'll go. For a standpoint of reaching new all-time highs and absolutely rip into new parabolas, I don't think this is it yet. I think we've got another little bit of time here, whether that's 5 days, a week, or 2 weeks. I think we've got a bit of time here to play. Maybe while BTC is doing that, altcoins will do their own thing, okay? But I'd certainly like to grind this area out. Okay, so just looking at the hourly chart here then, because I've got a couple of things I want to check. So it's been uponly.com, hasn't it, for a good couple of weeks. And the dips have been very shallow and up, very shallow and up. Okay, and then you kind of hit this point where you get a little bit of exhaustion. Let me just clear that a second. So I don't think you're going to get an ultimate rip back up now. What I think we need to do is gather some demand, because I'm not seeing that in the order flow at the minute. But for the next 12, 24 hours, okay, something I am aware of is that we've got this weekly open back here. Bears have done a shit job so far in selling this down further. I actually think in the next 12, 24 hours, we can float up and tap this weekly open again. Why do I say that? Okay, so just look left, look where you are. You've got a tiny bit of demand here, okay? You sat on the monthly open. If anyone's into the old Dalton auction and range theory, okay, value areas, your daily open is actually obviously on your monthly open here. So your daily open and monthly opens here. Your previous day value area low is just sat there at 63.5. If we can just find a little bit of acceptance here, our range theory tells us that we're probably going to pop back up and hit that previous day value area high. Where does that come in? The weekly open up there, okay? So maybe we rotate back up, get the bulls nice and warm and comfortable again, thinking we're going to all-time highs, and get another rotation down. So as a trader, that is what I'm considering. Rise it back up, get everyone comfy again, get the timelines in absolute euphoria again, and then just rotate it down for a better auction, okay? You're now going to have to auction price right here, right now. With that being said, what we need to do is go and check some order flow, don't we? So let's jump into the TRDR console and see what's going on. Here we are then, guys, back once again. TRDR console, best crypto data in the market. Grab a link from below for a free trial and get involved in the socials with us as well. Jump in the academy for all your best learning experience. CoinCar's risk reward, DK's order book overlay. You should be jumping in that first and understanding the data presented to you on the chart. Free videos here. Currently in the middle of updating these. Why am I updating some of those? Okay, so parameters and data changes. So I just feel 2 years ago now, it's time to just have a little bit of a refresher and update some of those. And Bennett's courses that are still relevant here as well. So go check those out, okay? If you're in need of some real more in-depth education, come into the academy. Join us in here. Real in-depth online course in here. New 1 hour, 24-minute video. Fully instructional that everything is talked about in here. And access to the Discord as well. We are actually just manually giving people access to the Discord if you join the academy. So DM me if you are. Okay, so let's jump in. Let's jump in, shall we? Right, just on the multiverse at the minute, I'm going to stick to this for a second because what I want to show you is we're not getting much spot-driven bid at the minute on BTC and ETH, okay? Spot have come out the market a tiny bit, okay? So we need to see spot come back in. But what we'll see is we're just looking at perps here, okay? Perpetuals on ETH, BTC, Solana, and then I'm just keeping an eye on BNB actually because it's got these levels above and levels below. So yeah, I think we haven't got much demand here. As we can see, 200 mil aggregated, ETH 100 mil aggregated roughly. So I don't think we're at any kind of, you know, new weekly kind of local bottom where we're just going to fire back up, you know. I think BTC is going to auction this area a little bit. You know, we were looking at 65.6, 66k. It's not that far away really, is it, when you just look at where you've come from yesterday? It's only at these highs here. So that's something I'm certainly watching for. Lower end targets, I'd like to grind out that 61. I don't think it comes all in one go, but yeah, certainly in the next 12-24 hours, let's have a little rise up. Maybe it's in the US session, okay? Let's have a little rise up Maybe another little dip down here, take these lows, or just into these lows, just remembering where that previous day value area low was and the monthly open. Maybe another little dip down, but then that'd be quite a nice day trade back up just to take the weekly open. And then what we're going to do is, and this might happen obviously as we are live in the US session, we're just going to check the data again. You know, we're going to check the data. Do we get more supply up here? If we rotate back up there, then we might hedge another short position, you know, and come back down. So that would all be very, very good in the hood. ETH chart looking very similar. Look at that. It's just looking very similar, you know. It's probably going to follow BTC a little bit here. Not too much to see from Sol. And as I mentioned, yeah, there you go. Binance's coin CZ has been released. CZ gets released and it sells off. So anyone that was buying into that, good luck with that, sir. Very easy levels to play. I don't often like to short BNB because it's an exchange coin, but I will certainly take longs when I'm seeing stuff like this. I think it will float up with the other assets regardless. So yeah, that's it really for today. Summary for now, just on BTC. I am looking for a higher time frame. I am looking for rotations down. Okay, higher time frame. I think that could take a little while. If we can come down into this 61k zone and build some demand, that's going to be best. Next 5 days, 7 days, I think that's going to come to fruition and we're probably going to see a little bit of that. Floating price up from here is to be expected as we auction price, okay? Remembering those value areas. As we auction price, to be expected. You can certainly play these in day trades. But when we rise up here, 65.5, 66k, do we hit a little bit more supply? Do the offers come down and attack price? Then I'm looking for rotations lower. Okay, so that's lower time frame. Right. So, drop us your comments. Drop us your thoughts. Have I missed anything? Would you like to see anything in the live session? Are there any altcoins we need to go over in the live session today? Okay. Give the video a share as well if you've gained anything from it. Grab a link from below for the TRDR console, and we'll chat soon. Cheers, guys.
I bet your margins are pretty nice and fat.
Let's not talk about my margins, by the way. Being nice and fat, that's a nice shirt. Do they make it for men?